Okay, hello everyone. Today we were looking at the Scourge Kite for Qadim peerless. A lot of people have struggle to stay alive on Scourge or don't deal no DPS at all. And yeah, since it's a common problem, I will just go over what I do normally. I have a POV afterwards, we're done with the guide, to show you a few things. And for now we will just look into the trades. So, for the trades, I normally take... I already prepared something, but yeah, let's go over normal trades. These are just the normal trades for Condition Scourge. I take Desert Empowerment instead of Sadistic Searing, since our main part of healing, or if you want to call it healing, or pretending damage to our life pool is Barrier, so we take Desert Empowerment. For every shade we spawn, we get 572 barrier. That's pretty good. So yeah, just a normal build. If you still have struggle to stay alive, or if your group is doing weird stuff, and you get damage from more sources than you should, or whatever this, you have two ways to deal with the more damage and get more healing input. First is we can swap Soul Reaping to Blood Magic. In Blood Magic, we would take Lesser Signet of Vampirism, Vampiric Presence, and Blood Bank. Blood Bank just converts incoming healing into Barrier, pretty nice. Vampiric Presence just steals life with every attack we do, and Lesser Signet of Vampirism triggers every few attacks, and we just life leech even more. So yeah, with this trade, you get a lot of sustain out of the straight line. If that's still not enough, we can take Parasitic Contagion. The problem with that is, if we change that to more healing, we lose Lingering Curse. That gives us more condition damage, more condition duration on scepter skills, and we change Feast of Corruption to Devouring Darkness. So that's a shit ton of damage, and since we heal for percentage of our condition damage, it's a two-sided sword. Since we lose damage and heal for less damage since we lose damage from trade swaps, so if you struggle with sustain, first swap out Soul Reaping for Blood Magic. If that's still not enough, then you can think about taking Parasitic Contagion, but yeah, normally you always want to play or try to play Lingering Curse. So, back to the normal build. Okay, that's what we have. Then we go quickly over my utility skills. For utility skills, I use Sand Flare. Sand Flare is just not too much healing, only 3k, but it gives you 2.5k barrier. Barrier is nice, since we always want to be topped off with barrier, or most of the time, so we just like this heal skill and just use it even if we full life, just to get the extra barrier. Then we have Sandswell. Sandswell just to get the orb. While you take Sandswell, you get barrier as well. Just keep that in mind. It's sometimes nice to have it, even if you're done with your pylon and you're the boss, you can just use Sandswell to get extra barrier. Then Signet of Undeath and Blood is Power, nothing special. Only use Blood is Power when you have your F5 up, and yeah, press F5 while channeling Blood is Power, otherwise you will just tick down to the conditions you give yourself. I can show that in a moment, and as elite I take Summon Flesh Golem, since we can't use Plague Lens too well, since we can't reach a boss normally at our pylon. I like the extra CC for the anomalies or the pylons or whatever it is. Just this, pretty nice CC, and yeah, that's it. For food, I like to run the normal Cilantro Flatbread, I think it's called, with the lifesteal and normal condition food, and we run toxic focusing crystals. That's for that. Then we should go over something that most players don't use, but they should use it on Scourge Pylon. That would be a Focus Offhand. Focus Offhand with Sigil of Strength. That's a nice incoming might increase, since we don't get too much might as Pylon. But with this sigil we generate quite some might, and with Focus Offhand we have access to Soul Grasp. Soul Grasp is first of all healing us, but we get Life Force as well, since we are on Pylon and we want to use our F3 to get Barrier. That's important. using F3 and F5 more or less on cooldown just to get the extra barrier, we need a lot of life force. Soul Grasp is, yeah, as I said, small healing, and it gets us a lot of life force. 11%, shit ton of life force, we take it. Nice. Then we have Spinal Shivers, that's pretty uninteresting for us, but it removes 3 runes. In the last phase could become in handy to swap from time to time to focus just to use Spinal Shivers, but besides that, after our Pylon is done, we just want to stay on normal Scepter Focus, Scepter Torch, I mean, sorry. Yeah, there we have CC, so nice for CC in the Pylon. And Harrowing Wave is pretty useless since it can't reach a boss from the Pylon, so it's only useful when we are more or less melee. Yeah, I think that's it for my build. I will link the Blood Magic build and the normal build I'm running later in the description, so that's about it. We just hop into some gameplay. I will talk about the gameplay, and I hope it's helpful, and see you next time. Okay, we are back in the gameplay. I will explain a few things. First, I summon my Flesh Golem. Then I activate the special action key that I get linked to the Pylon. And then we just wait for the ready check to be up, or to be gone through, and we can start the fight. Yeah, should start anytime soon, I hope. We will see. Just give it a moment, and I explain things I normally do. Okay, ready check is through. I just spawn a shade on the Pylon just for the extra barrier. You use F4, use a Flesh Golem and Torch 5. That's all the CC we have, so we want to use it. Then I use Blood is Power and F5 at the same time, so the conditions from Blood is Power get instantly converted to the boss. Then I swap to Focus just to get Soul Grasps, and yeah, just do normal Scourge rotation. As you can see, I use Shades F3 on cooldown just for the barrier. This is important. Yeah, then I use my heal skill just for even more barrier. Another 4. Pretty much normal Scourge gameplay, right? Okay, after all the orbs are dropped, now I just jump over with my Sand Portal, take the orb, go back, and start attacking the boss again. There you will normally lose a little bit of life. Just be careful that you top off yourself with barrier. That's important. And yeah, we just CC the Pylon then. Wait for the other pylons to be CC'd. Yeah, and there you see Blood is Power F5 again, that I don't suffer from condies. Use my heal skill to get full life and get topped off with barrier. Swapping to Focus for more life force generation. And you see I regenerate a shit ton of life force that you really need. So you can just use your skills as you want, just be on Focus while you're at the Pylon most of the time. And then you can damage the boss. Yeah, nothing really to say about this one. I just let it run for a bit for now. There I jump over again to grab my orb, and we go back. They have a lightning, but we're close to phasing, so it doesn't really matter too much. If you have lightning, you have to dodge most of them, since you're really bad at getting too much life back in a short time, so yeah. You stay alive with this build, you can regain some of your HP, but you can't really regain, like, I don't know, if you're nearly dead, getting back to full life is really difficult, so yeah. Always stay healthy. Yeah. Regenerate more life force, someone went down. That's why I get a little bit of damage there, but I top it off with barrier. They have 1 stack of bleeding that don't get converted from the 5, or I think it was. And yeah, we just let it run a bit. And yeah, in 5% I get my last orb. But yeah, nothing amazing. This will just move on. We can just move forward to 20% phase. Oh, this was a little far. Okay, there we have the last pylon. We just damage it a bit. And yeah, just move out of the circle. Now you just see me use Scepter 3 and Spinal Shivers for Boon Rip, and yeah, besides that, pretty much normal Scourge rotation, nothing special. I'm not the best Scourge, I have to admit, but I think it's decent enough to show what you can do. No one is focusing the anomaly here, so I just put some fields on it, put some shades down, and help with the anomaly a little bit. Normally you should be able to only focus Qadim the Peerless, and you just place shades onto the anomaly, so the shade procs your other F skills as well, F2, 3, 4, 5, and that should be enough damage to help with the anomaly, but in this case no one felt like doing anything about the anomaly, so I just swapped target in the middle and nuked it with some nice condis. As you can see, I'm still on, was on 18-ish K. Afterwards I had to focus anomaly, so I dropped a little bit, but yeah, 18k. The other two Scourges are on way less damage, so yeah, that's about it, what you have to know about kiting Scourge. Being kiter as Scourge on Qadim the Peerless. I hope that helps, and have a beautiful day. Okay, since I'm absolutely smart and really don't forget to show how much damage Blood's Power is dealing to you, I will just do that right now. We will just use one stack of Blood's Power, and we will just see what happens to our life points. Like, we're getting a shit ton of damage. We're ticking down, 10k lost. Yeah, that's a little bit, like, that's more or less 11k. We lost to 1 Blood's Power, so it's really important to always convert the boons instantly. The conditions, I mean, with 5. F5 triggers Plague Sending, and Plague Sending will just send 2 conditions, so yeah, we just get Self-Bleeding and Self-Torment. So it's pretty nice for us, or convenient for us, to use Desert Shroud combined with Blood's Power to convert or to send the to condis and don't die. Otherwise, if you do that as Pylon and just spam it on cooldown, you will have really struggled to stay alive, and yeah, you won't have a fun experience, and no one else won't have a fun experience either, so yeah, just use it always together.